Welcome to this video on how to use Google Sheets, and in particular how to use the if statement in Google Sheets. Now, disclaimer, if statements can get quite complex, but I'm going to show you how to do the most basic and simple if statement in Google Sheets. In future videos, I might cover the more complex elements of this. Let me show you though. So, I've got this cell here, and what I'm going to say is I want to know which of these, so these are all different products, so these are all different brands of computers, if any of these have sold more than a certain figure. And let's say that that certain figure is 25. So the way to do it, click in the cell where you want to see the information appear. And this is how you always start this. Do equals, if, and then open bracket. So if, and click on the original cell, the cell where there's some data. Don't worry about doing ranges or anything like that. You're just clicking on one cell. So if the data that's in B4 is greater than 25, comma, quotation mark, and then what text do you want to show if that's true? And we'll just say true. Quotation mark, close the brackets. So that's the formula that you got. If open brackets B4 is greater than 25, comma, quotation mark, true, quotation mark, close bracket. Press return. Click on that, drag all the way down, and let's have a look. So we've got it all right, it's all fine, but this one here, well, that is 25. So why is it not showing? Now the reason it's not showing is because we've said that it's got to be greater than 25, i.e. 26. So that's why it's failed. So let me show you how to do that again, where it can be greater than or equal to. So I'm going to delete all of those. So in here, you can see it in here. So I'm just going to click in there in the formula bar. We've got greater than or equals. So everything else is the same. So if the data that's in B4 is greater than or equal to 25, comma, quotation marks, true, quotation marks, close brackets. Press return. Let's drag that down. And there we have it. It's working now. False, false, false. This one is 25, so it's equal to that. True. 50, 55, true, true, true. So there we go. That's that working. But let me show you something else you can do. Do this example here, but instead of me telling it, as I did here, that I want to be 25, let's have a look at this one here, and let's say we'll use the figure that's in this cell. So you're going to do the same principle. So click in the cell where you want to be putting this information. So equals, if, open bracket. So if the data that's in there is greater than or equal to the data that's in here. Now this is important. What you want to be doing, you want to keep this static. You don't want that H3 to be turning into H4, H5 and so forth. And I'll show you how to change that in a minute. We'll come back to that. So if open bracket G4, that one there, is greater than or equal to that one there, comma, quotation mark, true. Quotation marks, close the bracket, and there we go, it's false. But remember I said, what you want to do is make sure that this is always using that. And let me show you what happens if you don't. If I drag that down, they're all showing false. Reason being, is that one there is looking for H3, which is that one. If I go to this one here, for instance, I'll click on that, it's looking for H6, which is that. It's just looking for the one above it, so it's wrong. So let's delete all of that. Let's leave that first one. I'll show you how to edit it. So click in the cell where the original formula is. Where you've got H3, click in the address bar, or the formula bar as it's called. On your keyboard, do the $sign and $sign between or before the H, before the 3. Press return. Let's drag that down. And there you have it. And what this means though is that sales target, you could change that to, rather than being 25, change it to 100 and it will update. Change it to 5 and it updates. Change it back to 25. So that and that is really useful for you. And whilst I've got your attention, if you find this video useful, please like the video, subscribe to my channel. Anyway, back to learning about if statements. Let's do the same principles on this one here though. I'm going to do sales target. But this time, rather than true and false, we're going to say yes or no. So same principles again. we're going to apply the same principles from this very first one. We're just going to say if it's greater than a figure that we type in. So equals if, open brackets, as we always do, click in that cell. So if what's in there is greater than or equal to, and let's say 10, comma, and if it is that, we're going to say yes, quotation marks, or using the comma again, no, and then use the brackets to close it off. So it's yes, because we've said that the figure is it equal to or greater than 10? Yes. So we're expecting lots of 10s here, but we've got a no. So this one up here is using true or false, and we only said use the word true, but Google Sheets automatically puts in false as the alternative. But this one here, we've told it what to say, yes or no. It doesn't have to be yes or no. It could be good. It could be bad. And let's apply the same principles. So just drag it down, good or bad. Notice whatever I've typed in here in terms of the case stays in here as well. So if you want it all to be in capital letters, you need to do that. You need to tell Google Sheets that you'll want it in capital letters. Now I've not changed bad into capital letters. You can see that's there. So that's how you use the difference of good and bad, yes and no. You know, so different solutions, doesn't have to be true or false. It could even be as simple as, go to the first one here, Y for yes, N for no. Now let's show you something in this cell. Let's say if a sale is over a certain number, we want to issue a bonus. We're going to do the same principles again. Equals if, open bracket, that cell is greater than or equal to, what figure should we use this time? Let's say 25. Comma. Now, you need to be putting in the figures that you want to do here. So let's say if it is over that, let's give the person a bonus of 10%, which will be 0.10. And if it's not that, we'll give them a bonus of 5%, 0.05. Close the bracket. And there we have it. So I drag this down. We can see that the ones in which it was over than or equal to 25 are getting 10%, and the ones in which it's less than are getting 5%. Now when you do this, this might not come through as percentages. Let me show you what happens sometimes. If I go to format, number, it might come through just as a number. It'll probably come through looking like this. But if you want to change it to percentages, highlight the part in the column that you want to do it for, format, number, percentage. I'm going to give you one final example. It doesn't have to be relating to numbers, okay? So you could do this formula and say, if it's showing that an item is sold, then do something with that information. So let's show you. So I've clicked in the cell where I want the information to appear. So equals, if, open bracket. So if that cell there, which is G15, equals, quotation mark, sold, quotation mark. So if it is saying in that cell that that item is sold, or whatever's in that text there, I'll say comma, and let's apply that percentage thing we just did just a moment ago. 0.10, comma, 0.05. Close the bracket. So if G15 is showing as sold, then give them 10%, and if it's not, i.e. it's for sale, or anything else, maybe it's pending, then give them 0.05. I'll press return. They're getting 10% now. Let's drag it down, and there we go. That one there is showing it's for sale, so they're only going to get 5%. Hopefully you found this video useful. If so, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also I've got a Google Sheets playlist, so you might want to check that out as well. And I hope you enjoy using Google Sheets and you understand if statements a little bit better now.